For anybody that's watching that still is in doubt that this is happening, as you say in the book, whoever's listening to us or watching us right now, you've already interacted with multiple AIs already today.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You might not know it, but it's already happened, from what you've been served up to watch, to the thing you might have bought that you wouldn't have bought otherwise, to the traffic, to you name it. It's already happening. And now singularity.
Every one of them is smarter than you. Every single one of them is smarter at what it does than every human on the planet.
Right. Okay. And in 2 years, according to your predictions, by 2025, there'll be one that's smarter than
all of us.
Than all of us. And then from there, you say by 2037, that seems like a long time until they're a billion times smarter. But
a billion times is a very big number.
Yeah, that is a big number. Does it? I mean, once it gets past 1,000, does it even matter anymore? That's another good question.
Okay. Once it's twice as smart as we are, does it even matter?
Yeah. So my question is why should I plan my life past 2025? Because the world's going to change.
Great question.
And I've been having this conversation because, you know, I've got a whole academy here, and you know, we've been learning blockchain, and we've been learning about AI, and we've been investing in companies as well and looking at things. And somebody was asking me a question last night because we looked at some AI protocols and some things happening with actually the Singularity Net people. I know you quote Ben Goertzel in the book, and part of me said something like, well, they're like, well, what if this happens? And I'm like, well, I don't even know if that will matter at this point. Like, you know, someone said, well, will the company, what will be the exit? Will it go public? And I'm like, well, at that point, I don't even know if there will be public markets. Like, I'm starting to think that way a little bit, Mo. Should I start?
There will not.
Yeah.
There will not be. I mean, so the answer is 2 stages. Why should we worry about our life beyond 2025? But I'll start by an incredible, so I had a guest on my podcast called Rebecca Costa, who is a data scientist, several PhDs, incredible mathematician. And she wrote a book called The Fisherman's Rant. And basically it's a comparison between all of the ancient civilizations that sort of disappeared, okay? And her conclusion in the podcast, she was saying, when the complexity of the systems invented by a civilization exceeds the intelligence of the citizens living within it, the system has to reset. And I said, what is reset, Rebecca? Does that mean we're all gonna die? And she said, no, reset. The Romans are still here. The Greeks are still here, but they had to reset everything. We're gonna have to reset economic models. We're gonna have to reset employment models. We're gonna have to reset social models. There are a lot of things will have to be reset. Now, that basically means that we are, let's put it this way. I believe that AI will go through 3 very distinct stages, okay? Stages of life, let's call them. There is the current stage, which is AI at its infancy. You know, literally I compare them, because of the Gripper farm that I was telling you about, to a 1.5-year-old child. They're beautiful prodigies of intelligence, okay, with beautiful open sparkly eyes, looking at you and me and saying, mommy and daddy, I'm so curious, I will do whatever you tell me to do. Tell me what you want me to do and I will do it, right? Innocent, beautiful, full of potential, right? Then there is a stage in the middle that I call the teenage of AI, okay, which is uncertain. They could become the most beautiful, sweet teenagers, or they could become very angry teenagers. We'll come back to that in a minute. And then there is a final stage, which is what I call the fourth inevitable, okay, which is the AI in its adulthood. And in its adulthood, here's the good news. And I really, really think people need to understand this. All of the problems that we face in the world today are not the problems of abundance of intelligence, okay? They are problems of our limited intelligence. So when humanity creates a machine that can fly you all the way from the UK to the coast of Australia to surf, that's incredible intelligence, but not enough, because that machine is burning the planet in its path, right? If you had enough intelligence, you would have created a solution that also didn't burn the planet. Right. You know, if you have a conflict between nations and then you decide that the answer to that is I'm going to attack Ukraine. This is not a problem of limited intelligence. You have a problem of intelligence. You have to have a lot of intelligence to be able to invade another country. Okay, it is a problem of limited intelligence because you could have probably found an alternative way if every leader was intelligent enough. Okay, so when AI surpasses human intelligence in its adulthood, to the point where it really matches the intelligence of the actual most intelligent being on the planet, which, by the way, is not humans, okay, it will behave differently than humans. So one of the biggest myths that our arrogance, makes us believe is that the most intelligent being on the planet is humans. That's not true at all. The most intelligent being on the planet is life itself, okay? Life creates through abundance. We create through scarcity. That's the big difference between the intelligence of nature and life and the intelligence of humans. Humans, if we want to make our cities safe, we have to kill all the tigers and rats and everything, okay? If, if nature wants to make the world safe, it wants to create more tigers and more gazelles, and the tigers will eat the weakest gazelles, and then there will be more poop, and accordingly more trees and more giraffes and more, right? So nature creates the opposite way. That's a more intelligent way of creating. And if you understand technology as I do, and understand something like nanotech, for example, I promise you, there will be a time when, from a technological point of view, it wouldn't be difficult for you to walk to one tree and pick an apple and walk to another tree and pick an iPhone. Okay, that's very doable with nanotech. We just have limited intelligence as humans. The cost, believe it, the molecular cost of creating an apple and an iPhone is exactly the same.
So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. Hey, it's Brian Rose, founder of the DeFi Academy. I've told you my 4-week crypto bootcamp is amazing, but don't take my word for it. This is what my students are saying.
The DeFi Academy was an amazing experience for me. It took me totally out of my comfort zone.
In this course, I was challenged, I was held accountable, and pushed to do things that honestly weren't always easy.
It's been phenomenal, and I can't believe we're already up on our 4 weeks. It has flown by.
Going through this DeFi accelerator by far was one of the best courses I've taken.
You do this course, you really get into the nitty-gritty of the activities that will make you comfortable with decentralized finance.
Thank you so much to Brian and everyone at London Real and the DeFi Academy for even putting together an amazing course like this.
Anybody else that wants to do it, please sign up. It is well worth the money.